Welcome back to Video Game News. This is for March the 29th. Have a few mentions at the end, but with that said, first we have some specific games I thought I would mention in a current Nintendo eShop deals going on. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World for $11.99. Then you have Immortals, Sphinx Rising on sale for $29.99 half off. Also, indie game called Dex for $1.99. Borderlands collection, which is more, it's not the Handsome collection, but like the complete. Also, you have Bioshock collection, is also on sale for $19.99. Also, Rayman Legends is on sale for $9.99. Civilization 6 is on sale for $19.79. Mega Man X collections individually are on sale for $9.99 each, as well as the Mega Man collections as well. Also, you have Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted, if you're into that, for $14.99. Onimusha HD Remastered for $7.99. DMC Devil May Cry 3 Special Edition for $11.99. Blasphemous for $12.49. Among the Sleep, which is actually a game I recommend checking out. It is on sale for $6.99. You also have the original classic Guilty Gear game on sale for $6.90. There's also a couple of recent games that were released on the eShop, and some of these are on sale, so these are not their normal prices. The first we have Evil Inside. Obviously, it's a indie horror game for $11.04. Next, Black Legend for $26.99. It's sort of like a horror element type. I guess you could say it's like a cross between a horror game and like also a tactical RPG. Also, Tales from Borderlands is on sale for $19.99. And of course, it just recently got released on the Switch. Also, a thing I highly recommend is the Neo Geo Pocket Color Selections Volume 1, which includes 6 games that were already released individually, plus 4 new additional games. It is $39.99, and these are the games that you will get in the collection of 10. SNK Gales Fighters, an all-female SNK game from, back in the days, which was like early 2000s. Also, you have Samurai Showdown 2 is part of it, along with King of Fighters R2, The Last Blade, Beyond Destiny, the original Last Blade. Also, you have Fatal Fury First Contact, which is actually a really good game. SNK vs. Capcom, The Match of the Millennium, which is a definite high, good crossover fighting game from the early era. And if you've never tried it, check it out. But definitely, I recommend getting this collection. It's by far the best way, given you can watch and play the games in HD. Plus, you can even check out full 3D in-depth audio things. Just check out the trailer and you'll see what I'm talking about. Also, you get Metal Slug first and second mission, both games. Also, Dark Arms, which is an interesting type of it incorporates like vampires and other supernatural stuff, and an interesting like shooting platform format. It's interesting looking. Also, the last one is Big Tournament Golf. So if you like golf games, well, there's some for you. But it's definitely for a lot of old school arcade fans and fine game fans. Also, we have the Lord of the Rings. Of course, our official stuff's been revealed on a prequel game of sorts Lord of the Rings Gollum, where the game basically you are playing as the ring-obsessed Gollum. So that's interesting sounding to say the least. Also, Immortals got a DLC expansion added. Also, a Ghost of Tsushima movie is in the works involving the director of the John Wick films. From, of course, Sony Pictures and the PlayStation division they set up to turn their video games into movies, all controlled in-house by Sony, which makes sense. Also, you have a Resident Evil Showcase, which has been announced is coming in April, so in the next couple weeks. Also, sad news, unfortunately, this summer, Sony has announced they are closing the PSP and PS3 online stores July the 2nd. So after July the 2nd, you will not be able to download any games, even if, say, you bought them previously. So if you have any digital copies of games on PSP or PS3, you better download them onto your hard drive before the shop is closed in July 2nd. And later, in August the 27th, Sony announced they will be closing the PSN shop on the Vita as well. So if you have any Vita games, if you have a Vita, I recommend downloading, if you need, better buy a bigger memory card and download those onto your handheld, because as of the end of summer, you will not be able to digitally download anything. So if you're thinking about playing a game you don't have, you might want to download any of the patch updates and stuff while you can still access the online store. That way you have it updated and the glitch issues from early game, because once the store's down, you will not be able to update anything anymore from those games. So you better get the updates while you can. Like I said, PSP and PS3 store will be down after July the 2nd and August the 27th for the Vita. So you better get anything you have digitally downloaded as soon as possible before you will no longer be able to access it. Just a heads up. Also, announced Shin Megami Tensei has been announced. Of course, the HD is coming out. It's been announced that it's going to begin release on PC, PS4, Switch, PS5. They haven't confirmed Xbox yet. We'll see. But should be interesting. I believe it's Shin Megami Tensei 3, I think it's called, if I remember correctly, the order of the games. Also, Gotham Knights has been delayed until 2022 by Warner Brothers Games. Next, there's a special thing going on right now, PlayStation Stay at Home event for PS Plus members and stuff. 10 free games. 5 normal games are free, and then the others the other 5 are like compatible and stuff with VR. So just a heads up, and there's some really good, solid games. So if you're at all interested, I recommend downloading now, and like half of them are like pretty good quality platformers. So I recommend just fully taking a look online and look at the store. If you're a PS Plus member, check it out, take advantage while you can. Because that's 10 free games, though some of them already have. Also, a quick announcement for a roguelike game, indie game, just hit a milestone. Dead Cells has officially hit 5 million sales, which is great. It's always good to see an indie game like Dead Cells do very well. Also, Game Pass adds Undertale. So for big fans of Undertale, or people who have wanted to play Undertale maybe with Xbox or PC, if you have Game Pass, here's your time and chance to try Undertale, which is, in my opinion, a modern masterpiece of a game, just because the quality of the storytelling and the more in-depth, deeper meanings and messages in the game's story. Also, a Taiwanese horror game called Devotion is back on sale or back on site following China controversy. Also, quickly mention King of Fighters 15. We recently had, within like the last 2.5 weeks, 3 new, of course, character trailers. The most recent one is for a character I don't really have an opinion one way or the other about, but the other 2 definitely are key characters to the franchise as a whole. First, Yuri, and of course, Terry Beauregard. So it's good to finally see Terry's gameplay. Also, King of Fighters 2002 Unlimited Match, of course, recently came out. Updated, HD remastered with also rollback netcode. Also, SNK announced that King of Fighters 15 is going to have rollback netcode. So, everyone out there that's big into the online scene in fighting games, you can celebrate. KOF 15 will have rollback netcode. Also, quickly mention a couple of scores on some games, but first, quickly mention Galdoy, Sony buying Evo. That was a pretty big, definitely event announcement thing that they would be taking Evo. Most of the games already, of course, part of the lineups as of late are mostly games already either exclusive to PlayStation or are on PlayStation third party, except for Smash. And Nintendo has made it clear they're going to be watching from the sidelines to decide how to move forward. Now, I'm sure if anybody knows by now, Nintendo, for the most part, the company, has never really cared about Smash community as a whole. Now, this is speaking as a casual Smash fan, not a big, hardcore Smash fan, like some people out there. But I'm not surprised. I expect Sony to move forward with mainly only third-party, like multi-platform games and exclusives. So I'm not surprised in that aspect of things. I'm not sure how things will move forward. Microsoft has not made a statement one way or the other yet on the whole situation. Speaking of, Microsoft is right now looking about possibly buying a app, Discord. They're actually looking at possibly purchasing Discord service. They're in talks right now. Could be up to like a $10 billion deal, which I didn't realize Discord was that huge. Also, some recent scores of some games first. Neo Geo Pocket Color Selection Volume 1, 80% among critics and among users. Currently has no score, though I gave a brief synopsis on it, my own opinion on there, under my YouTube channel name, of course. Also, a few other games I highly recommend checking out. Finally got, and you can get Hades, which currently has a 93% critic score and a 9 out of 10 among user score, and very deserving of it. It's probably the best modern roguelike game out there. Also, a game that is getting lots of hate by critics and bigger YouTubers or mid-sized YouTubers like Dreamcast Guy, which really hated on this game completely. But for me, I'm still gonna give it a try because I'm going to give my own opinion evaluation, unbiased. And I feel he's a very biased YouTuber also. But with that said, if you're curious overall, for instance, user opinion on it, well, here it is. Currently, it is currently got a question mark for critics, a 7.8 user score on Switch. PS4 has a 7.9, PS5 has an 8.4, Xbox One has a 9 out of 10, Series X 8.9, and PC users gave it an 8.2. So across the board on average, it's like an 8 out of 10. So it's actually doing a lot better among regular gamers than it is among the critics. And then, of course, the most recent, the biggie of all, Monster Hunter Rise, which just came out the other day, currently is seen at an 87% on Metacritic among critics and a 9 out of 10 among users. Not surprised one bit, it is very highly praised so far. I expected nothing less. But with that said, that is it for this edition of Video Game News, though there are briefly mentioned also there is scores have finally come out for It Takes Two, a indie developed indie game from the indie division of EA. EA Indies, I believe is what it's called, but it's a co-op platformer called It Takes Two. PS4 has a seen at an 85% critic, 8.7 user. PS5 seen at 90% critic, 9.1 user. PC 85% critic, 9.2 user. Xbox One question mark, nothing on Xbox One, 8.2 user. Series X 89% critic and an 8.7 among users. So with that said, that is it for video game news for the last Monday of March 2021. And I'll see y'all in April. Same YouTube time, same YouTube channel. Stay safe out there.